Tantric travelers, welcome to your new moon in Gemini. Pick a card reading through the looking glass. Who are you mirroring? And of course that means who is mirroring you. And we're going to answer both of those questions with this new moon in the sign of the twins and this lunar eclipse in the sign of the twins, making it a very witchy day indeed. It's super windy here, and in a place where there are probably 360 days of sunshine, it's been cloudy and misty and strange all day today. So I'm enjoying it, and I thought I would love to offer you this free pick a card reading today. So the other questions that might come up besides who are you mirroring and who's mirroring you, it doesn't necessarily have to be a who. It could be, or a whom. It could be a what, or a concept, or an aspect of self which is arising through the happenings, circumstances, and feelings that you're experiencing right now. We'll see what comes up. I'm very interested. I just did a little mini reading for myself to warm the cards up, and it was fascinating already. So because we're going through the looking glass, this could also encompass not just, of course, who you may be mirroring in the 3D realm here on Earth, or 3D to 5D here on Earth, but also in other dimensions, other intersections of the time-space continuum. So it should be really fascinating, and whether it should or shouldn't, let's just try it and see what our guides and ancestors wish to communicate to us today. And also I wanted to let you guys know that if you check out the videos and playlists listed on my channel below, and especially if you subscribe to my channel, you have access to the updates to my videos and playlists. But look back over the past year, because I've been doing readings on Tantric Traveler for a little over a year now, and it's interesting to kind of watch some of the readings that you may have watched last year, or to sort of look back on that intersection in time and space, which was pretty significant in 2020 going into 2021, and seeing where the world was at and where the energies were at and where you were at, and then checking in now. That's also a process of going through the looking glass, and it's very interesting. So I recommend that. And by the way, if you check out my playlists, I have some really nicely curated music, video, and movie clip lists, as well as some informative videos and teachings on natural law in my playlist of Tantric Traveler. And natural law, healing from trauma and PTSD, and other helpful, I believe, other helpful teachings, videos, and channels that you might be interested in. So I encourage you to do that. And yes, let's get into our pick a card reading today. Let's go through the looking glass. And I'm going to offer 3 options. So when you're looking at the energies of Gemini, you're looking at a lot of very powerful communicative energy of rapid and sometimes erratic movement. Gemini is the planet that is closest to the sun. So our solar parent Re is in the center of our solar system, and closest to Re is Gemini. Sorry, am I saying Gemini? I meant Mercury. Is Mercury, also known as Hermes in the Greek. And there are many other names for this planetary energy depending upon the tradition. And between Mercury and Earth is Venus. So Mercury has the smallest rotation around the sun, the shortest, and that's why Mercury is considered to be a rapid energy, and it's the energy of thought. And it's also Thoth, Thoth, many different pronunciations of that Egyptian god, but it's also the energy between thought and speech, which is very rapid as well. And because Mercury is in retrograde now, it is giving us an opportunity to, if we wish, take a pause or make a pause, and examine the way our mental bodies are processing intelligence, information, experience, and providing it to us, and then how we're processing and expressing that to our external world. So I'm recommending to myself that I'm looking at my thoughts and the speed and energy of my mental body a little more closely right now, and I'm also recommending to myself, and if you wish to twin me on this, you're welcome, but I'm also recommending to myself to make a pause between thought and speech, because in these retrograde seasons and in these eclipse seasons, there can be a lot of rapid change, and that can also bring opportunities in for a lot of misunderstanding. And we don't want to have to go back again and fix it, because one of the really magical things about retrograde season is it gives us an opportunity to repair damage that may have been done in past retrograde seasons to relationships, or wounds that we may have taken on and left unhealed in our communication, particularly for Mercury in retrograde. And you can look at the other significance of the planetary retrogrades depending upon what they rule and what house they're in for you in particular. I hope I'm making sense. This could be a retrograde moment. But yeah, those are some things that I've been considering today, and I've definitely felt a lot of shifts in the energy today. This is the day of the new moon eclipse in Gemini, so I've definitely felt a lot, and I did a lot of shifting even to set this video up, and changed back and forth between locations and devices, and I even changed what I was wearing from a white dress to a black one. So I guess I'm peeking through the looking glass as well. But back to you guys. So let's see who you're mirroring, who's mirroring you, what are you mirroring to one another, how are you doing it, and maybe what benefit it can possibly hold for you to become aware of this. Sometimes this can be really fun stuff. We tend to see a lot of twins in Gemini season, and sometimes it can be, you mirroring your inner child, for instance, through the children that are around you, and that's really beautiful. It can be obviously a mirroring with a lover or a partner of some kind. It can be a mirroring between yourself and your higher self, yourself and your unconscious or subconscious self. There's many, many possibilities. So let's just see. So the 3 options today, I hope I didn't take too long with that. I think I did. But the 3 options today are option number 1. So I have these twin green stones. They're not exactly the same, but they're both green. This one is bloodstone, and this one is green agate. So they're very earthy, heart chakra activating, clearing. And the next set of twins we have are these twin new moon shell pieces. Beautiful. Should I do this? Yes, I should. And the final selection, pile number 3, are these twin beautiful gourd cups, hikara. That one was half full and this one's half empty. They're beautifully carven and Okay, so let's get going. Pile number 1, the twin green stones, agate and bloodstone. Let's see, who are you mirroring? Who's mirroring you? Who, what, when, where, how, and why? And I'm going to use my Gypsy deck today, and I'm going to clarify with the tarot. Okay, guys. So, pile number 1. Twin green stones. Who? My kind, wise guide. S. Sekhmet. Who is pile number 1 mirroring? Who, what, where, when, how is this occurring with pile number 1 in this new moon eclipse in Gemini? Who is pile number 1 mirroring, please? And who is mirroring them? Let's go through the looking glass. Let's go through the looking glass. Pile number 1, kind, wise guides and ancestors. Who are you mirroring? Who's mirroring you? Okay. We have the King of Swords. Ooh. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And 4 of Swords. That's a pretty positive reflection. So because the King of Swords came out first, I believe this is a person, and this is a person that you're mirroring mentally, and it could even be telepathically. And this person, you're mirroring this person in that you are creating a strong mental position for yourself. You are creating and maintaining a strong mental position for yourself, pile number 1. And kyanite in particular could be a stone that you have in common, a mineral, a quartz, carbon element, manifestation, crystallization. So because kyanite is so powerful for clearing the mental body and also for encouraging communication, so it's mental but it's also throat chakra communication. So I feel like even sometimes you may look in the mirror and think that you look like this other person, your face. There could be elements or qualities of your face because it's your head, your mouth, and your throat that mirror one another. And this could be, seen physically in the length of your hair, in some quality of the forehead, the mouth, or the manner of speech. But it's also in a desire to be clear, a desire to be in command of the mental body and your ability to speak and to listen and hear things, perceive things clearly. The next card is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel that because this clearing of the mental body and this clearing of communication has occurred, I feel that in the present you have created a clear channel to receive your abundance, and both of you're mirroring this back and forth to one another. And also you're being very precise and aware of how your money is being spent and who you're giving your money to and what you're receiving in return from it. And you may have even cut out, as the King of Swords, some unnecessary expenditures, and you may have finished paying somebody a loan, or you may have decided to quit buying certain products that were draining your resources, your basket, at a rate more rapid than what have been receiving, things like that. But also, because you've been doing that and because you've been creating this stable ground, I feel that your higher selves both are bestowing a new stream of abundance into your lives, or you're able to receive it and use it more fully and really feel your wealth and feel your abundance. And that doesn't come with a specific quantity of money in your bank account, or earnings per week or per month or per year, or how much you pay for your rent, or what kind of car you drive. That comes with the sense of being deserving and the sense of being whole and abundant in your connection with the divine, in your connection with the universe, with God-S. And I feel that both of you are victorious in doing this now because of the clearing of your mental body. So as far as who this is as well, I feel that there is a lot of air. There is a lot of air in both of your birth charts, or in significant places in your birth charts. The King of Swords is generally Libra energy, and because that's the cardinal energy of the air signs. But this could relate to Aquarius, and of course to Gemini as well. And when we're in the season of Gemini, we are all inspired and affected and activated by the element of air, and our mental capacity and our mental processes, energy, and abilities come into the spotlight. So it's not surprising that this is coming out. And how this is happening between you, we have the Four of Swords, and you can see that this is actually a mirror image. So if you have the Two of Swords looking through the looking glass at the Two of Swords, you get the Four of Swords. And as above, so below. But even if it's this way, you could be reflecting this back to one another telepathically, and that is a stable, neutral mental state, which sounds a little bit boring, maybe. It sounds a little bit boring, but if you've experienced, the chaotic path sometimes, the zigzagging tantric path of ascension and enlightenment, then these plateau stages are really pleasurable and really important, and we can stay in them as long as we require, as long as we desire. And especially in a season that is retrograde, I recommend personally and as a guide and priestess to step back a little bit and, turn the mirror to ourselves and look into our own minds through our third eye, through our inner eye, and take the rest that we need, the rest that we're called to, and allow the release of mental energies which are no longer serving us, in this case, mental energy, and the inflow of new or higher vibrational mental energies which come with resting or being in meditation and surrendering to these moments of stillness. So particularly during eclipse, this is important, and both of you are doing this, and that's amazing. So I feel like there is I feel like there's a Libra and another air sign. It could be either Gemini or Aquarius, who are reflecting back and forth to one another in this twinning one another, which is fun and sweet, and double the pleasure, double the healing, double the energy. So this could be a really nice understanding, although I do feel a sense of neutrality here, and that can be pleasant, especially for air signs who like to detach from the emotional body in order to get things done. And things are getting done because we do have the Ace of Pentacles in the material realm, so that's encouraging right now, right there. But yeah, this neutrality is nice, but you're mirroring one another, you're conscious of it, it's helpful, but it's not getting all tangled up, in a face-to-face relationship at this time. Okay, so can I have one or two cards to clarify this, please? Wow. More air energy. We have the Ten of Swords. This card was very prominent in last year's new moon in Gemini reading. I believe it was the new moon in Gemini, yes. So the Ten of Swords, it looks kind of vicious, it looks kind of violent, and it is because it's showing the end of a cycle of learning, a karmic cycle, and it's showing the power of the mental body and the challenges of the mental body, and also can show attacks on the mental body by our negative karmic partners, our darker twins, who challenge us to stay stable, stay neutral, and rise and attract our higher selves. So I feel that both of you have been through the ringer. You and your reflection, you and your twin have both been through the ringer. And the good news is, with the Ten of Swords, you're finishing this cycle. Ooh, and we have the moon. So finally we have some water energy to mix in with this. And yeah, because it's water, water is also the natural mirror, and the moon is considered to be a mirror as well. So I do believe that it's possible for you to communicate with this twin. And I'm feeling that it could be a significant soul partner for you. So either what people call a twin flame or a significant soul relationship. It could be easier for you in some cases to communicate in the subconscious realms, or just as you're going into a nap in the afternoon, just as you're swinging in your hammock, or flat on the grass in the park, or flat on your bed, or dreaming beside a lake or the ocean, and you're not really asleep, but you're not really in your waking mode either. That is the time that several things occur. The clearing of your mental body, the pulling in of energy from your higher self into this new space, and also very, very powerful telepathic communication. So you're not actually speaking these words, but if you're clairaudient in particular, you may hear conversations, and you may hear the person's voice, or you may pick up threads or fragments of your reflection as they arise, or as they glimmer on the surface between the conscious and the subconscious. And I also have the Nine of Cups. So we have the moon, which is 18, and the Nine of Cups, which is 9. This is also showing me that it's telling me, and I'm feeling that the two of you together make the whole. 9 plus 9 equal 18. And that emotionally, because you're clearing your mental body, emotionally you are both almost in the state where you can clearly perceive, dream, converse in the subconscious about what you desire with one another. And this healing can occur, and sometimes you can be even, sipping on a little something or smoking a little something, daydreaming, and allowing yourself to drift to not the astral realm, but to drift to the purified subconscious realm. So that would be, the water that comes to the surface after the silt has sank to the bottom of the lake and is very clear and very reflective, and can become a spectrum for both of your energies to mingle